Hi there, I'm Michael with etrailer.com. Today we're taking a look at the Dexter hydraulic brake line kit. This is item number 9505. This kit is going to provide all the lines and fittings that you need to run your brake fluid from your brake actuator to your trailer's brakes. It is designed for use on tandem axle trailers with drum brakes. The kit is going to include several of these 3/16 inch diameter steel lines. All these lines are flared at both ends, and they include swivel fittings already installed to make it easier to get all the lines installed. One thing to note, if you haven't done an installation like this before, you do want to be careful with these lines. You don't want to make any sharp bends, as you could crimp the lines, which could lead to potential leaks. So any turns that you're making, you want to make sure you use a gentle loop or a curve just to make sure that you're not crimping the line down. The kit will include one of these 210 inch long lines. It's going to include two of these 74 inch lines, one of these 50 inch long lines, two of these steel 18 inch steel lines with a little bit of a L bend there, as well as your two 18 inch rubber hydraulic hoses. It's also going to include all the fittings that you need to get them connected. Now it's going to be kind of difficult to demonstrate how these pieces all fit together with the limited space that I have, but I will give it a shot. So if you can imagine that my table here is your trailer, this 210 inch long line is going to run from your actuator at the front back to your first axle on your trailer. So we'll put this here. At that front axle, you're going to get this 2 female, 1 male T. We're going to connect it onto that first line. And then we're going to use our 50 inch long steel line to run from our front T back to our second axle, so that all of our fluid is running from our actuator back to both axles. So I'm just going to put this here. You can imagine our front axle here, our second axle here. Both axles are going to get one of these hose tubes. So I'm going to set those there. The kit's also going to include these mounting brackets for the hoses. You can see that simply slide on to the hose, and then you can use one of these clips, hold it in place. You will have to install those, apply pressure to hold it down. I'm not going to do that for now, just to demonstrate how that works. These mounting brackets the kit does not include hardware to get these mounted onto your trailer. The diameter of these holes is 7/32, so you'll want screw heads that are a little bit larger than that. So keep that in mind. Once you have those mounted, your hose is going to connect to this bracket here on your front axle, and then it is going to connect to one of these mountable T's. Again, the hardware to get this T mounted onto your trailer is not included. This is a 5/16 inch hole, so you'll want hardware that's going to work with that. You'll get this mounted onto your hose clamp, and then for your front axle, the near side, whichever side you have your tube run to, you'll mount one of your straight arms onto the near side, and then you'll use one of your 74 inch long steel tubes onto the other side and run that over to your brake, so that you have tubes running to both brakes on that front axle. On your rear axle, you'll pretty much repeat the same process. You're going to mount your rubber line that will connect to the line coming from this front T here, and that's going to go down to this mountable T, and then again you'll run your straight line and your 74-inch line from this T to both brakes on the rear axle. So it'll work something like that. The kit is also going to include an adapter fitting in case you need that to get it hooked up into your actuator. It's also going to include 5 zip ties to hold things up onto your trailer, as well as 4 of these mounting clips. Just go around and you can screw those onto your trailer. You also get 4 self-tapping screws to get those mounted, so that it'll make it easier to keep everything nice and clean. Make sure your install looks professionally done. So I hope that's understandable for you. It is going to work for your trailer, even if I didn't explain it very well. But that's going to complete our look at the Dexter hydraulic brake line kit. I hope you have benefited from this video and that you are now able to install this to get your tandem axle trailer working with your drum brakes. Thanks for watching.